Hello, welcome to the Rio Gaming Nexus YouTube channel. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Enjoy the video, and thanks for watching.
The sun dipped low over Bayfront City, splashing the sky with fiery oranges and deep purples that seemed to pulse with life. For Dr. Aris Thorne, the day's chaotic energy had morphed into an unsettling evening. Back in his lab, surrounded by shards of glass, he felt the weight of exhaustion settle on his shoulders like a heavy blanket. The peaceful resolution he'd shared with Leo felt like a fading dream, just a solved equation in a universe brimming with chaos. His holographic monitors flickered with frantic data, displaying a map of the city dotted with dozens of volatile energy spikes, flaring and fading like fireflies on a summer night. He had managed to stop one runaway reaction, but the city itself felt like a massive, uncontrolled experiment, teetering on the brink. Aris realized his mission had transformed. It was no longer just about battling the darkness. He had to guide an entire city toward the light. But as he stared at the erratic data streams, a chilling new pattern emerged. Some of those energy spikes weren't just flickering out. They were being drawn toward a single point on the city's industrial west side. It wasn't chaos, it was a harvest. In a flash of golden light, Proton materialized where the scientist had stood. This called for a different strategy. He needed to be more than just a beacon. He had to become a shield. Soaring through the city, he felt the heartbeat of the place beneath him, a nervous rhythm that matched his own. He landed softly atop a sleek, black glass building, the minimalist logo of Finch Industries glaring back at him. Aris knew the founder, Dr. Alastair Finch, all too well, a former colleague whose ambition was only matched by his cynical worldview. Phasing through the roof, Proton descended into a lab that felt like a dark mirror of his own. Where Aris's space was a chaotic haven of creation, Finch's was sterile, cold, and predatory. In the center of the room loomed a large containment sphere, shimmering threads of energy being pulled from emitters scattered around the facility. It was the same kind of energy he'd seen radiating from Leo. Finch was collecting the amplified emotional fallout from the proton flare. "I wondered how long it would take you," a calm voice emerged from the shadows. Alastair Finch stepped forward, dressed not in a lab coat but a tailored suit, exuding an air of smug confidence. "Quite the mess you made, Aris. You used a blunt instrument to perform delicate surgery. You're hurting people," Alastair, Proton said, his voice steady and resonant. "Am I?" Finch shot back, gesturing to a monitor that displayed several individuals in observation cells. They appeared calm, their energy signatures stable. "I'm offering them control. You supercharge them, creating a city on the verge of a breakdown. I'm simply collecting the excess. I bring order to your chaos." Proton felt a knot tighten. In his stomach, Finch wasn't helping. He was using people as batteries, siphoning off their passion and leaving behind an empty calm. "This isn't order, it's a violation." "It's a solution," Finch snapped, his composure finally cracking. He slammed a button on his console, and the containment sphere began to glow ominously. "You wanted to be a beacon of hope, but all you did was make people dangerously unstable. I'm going to fix your mistake." The machine whirred to life, and Proton realized Finch's plan was the ultimate perversion of his own actions. He had aimed to reignite drive and hope. Finch sought to extinguish them in the name of control. As the machine began to hum, Proton knew he couldn't just blast it away, he had to harmonize with it. Closing his eyes, he reached out, not with force, but with the same calm energy he had once used on Leo. He sent a counter-frequency, a gentle, golden hum that intertwined with the chaotic, harvested energy inside the sphere. He wasn't trying to destroy it. He was offering it structure, a way to dissipate harmlessly. He showed the stolen energy the path back to its source, transforming a volatile surge into a calming wave of self-control. The machine sputtered, alarms blared, and Finch's expression shifted from confidence to horror as the energy levels in his device plummeted. The collected power flowed back out into the city, but this time it was stabilized and benign. With a final, deafening clang, the machine went dark. In the ensuing chaos, Finch vanished through a hidden escape route, leaving Proton hovering in the now silent lab. He had won, but the victory felt hollow. He knew, with the certainty of a scientist who has just uncovered a new, terrifying variable, that Finch was just the first. Others would see this supercharged city not as a miracle, but as a resource. His mission had morphed once more. Not only did he have to teach the city how to live in the light, but he also had to protect it from the shadows that light now cast. As he floated there, the weight of responsibility settled heavily on his shoulders. He thought about the people of Bayfront City, their hopes, their dreams, and the chaos that swirled around them. He had ignited something powerful, something that could either uplift or destroy. He had to be vigilant, ready to shield them from those who would exploit their energy for personal gain. Days turned into weeks, and as he navigated the city, he witnessed both the beauty and the fragility of the human spirit. People were learning to harness their emotions, expressing themselves through art, music, and community gatherings. The streets buzzed with creativity, a stark contrast to the sterile calm that Finch had sought to impose. Yet, beneath the surface, a tension simmered. Whispers of others wanting to control this newfound energy began to circulate. Proton took it upon himself to educate the citizens, hosting workshops where they could explore their emotions in safe, constructive ways. He encouraged them to embrace their passions, to find strength in vulnerability. "Your emotions are not a weakness," he would say, his voice warm and reassuring. "They're your superpower." But he also knew that he couldn't do it alone. He needed allies, people who understood the stakes and were willing to stand up against the encroaching darkness. So he reached out to those who had once fought alongside him, gathering a team of like-minded individuals who shared his vision. Together, they formed a coalition dedicated to protecting the city and its citizens from those who sought to exploit their energy. As they strategized, Aris felt a renewed sense of purpose. This wasn't just about stopping Finch. It was about creating a future where everyone could thrive. He imagined a city where creativity flowed freely, where people supported one another, and where fear of their own emotions was a thing of the past. But he also remained acutely aware of the challenges ahead. The shadows were always lurking, and he knew that more figures like Finch would emerge, seeking to capitalize on the city's energy. He had to be ready, not just as a protector, but as a leader. In the heart of Bayfront City, as the sun set once more, Aris stood atop a building, gazing out at the vibrant streets below. The colors of the sunset mirrored the energy of the city, alive, dynamic, and full of potential. He smiled, feeling a surge of hope. This was just the beginning. Together, they would learn to live in the light, embracing the shadows as part of their journey, not as something to fear. And with that thought, he soared into the night, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, knowing that he wasn't just a scientist or a hero, he was a part of something much larger, a community, a family, a city united in the pursuit of light.